Alright farmers, we're back with a new map. So this is Oceanside Forest. This is by Carl TG and Pixel Farms. 142.74 megabyte on the download. And it's not the place on Walking Dead that I thought it was. Dear oh dear. Now what this map is a ton of trees. An absolute ton. Excellent. If you're into forestry, this is going to be a map for you. Now, there is a couple of required mods. You're going to need Caravan by Macca, and you're also going to need the Lizard TF840B pack by Vectorman. Fair enough. So what are we talking about from a slot count perspective? If you come on here on Farm Manager and start from scratch, you're going to use 497 slots. If you come on here on New Farmer, you're going to use 519. And the difference between the two is going to be that aforementioned Caravan, because it's not here. There's no sleep trigger on start from scratch or farm houses. Just bear that in mind. So what about the map? Here's the map, and apart from these two fields, which there is contracts on, mind you, it's one great big forest, which is ace. Now the land that you own on farm manager and start from scratch is 0, like it normally is on every other map, but the land you own on New Farmer is pretty much all of it. Apart from those two fields, a New Farmer owns the whole forest, which is excellent. Now, if you wanted to buy that on Farm Manager and start from scratch, it's going to cost you 410 grand. So you get 500 grand on start from scratch, and that costs 410. So it's pretty much the same starting point on all three game modes, really. I mean, Farm Manager, you get a bit more, 1.5 million. Yeah. Alright, fair enough. So, you start all three game modes down in this area here. Now, because you can actually buy it on Farm Manager start from scratch or own it on New Farmer, obviously, this area here, this is big and open, mind you, you could easily place some more production chains down, which is alright, because apart from this little area down here, there's not a lot else. Let's face it, there's not. So, if you wanted to place some production chains down, there's not even a sawmill down here, to be fair, which is interesting because it's a forestry map. Alright, fair enough. So, first up, we've got a fuel station, filling up point, tank, whatever you want to call it, is right there. And around here, over there like that, just by this pile of logs, is going to be our first little icon. So, we've got a shop menu. No building, just the icon. Fair enough. I mean, if you wanted to place a shop menu down, well, shop menu, a shop building down, if you wanted to, put my teeth in, you know, just chuck it straight here. Obviously, if you're on New Farmer, you own a land straight away. Just put one in. Fair enough. Then we'll come over here. This is going to be your main sell point. So just over here by this container building. Just here, in front of these two doors, obviously you got your icon just there, you got your Sourwood icon, and then obviously jobs are good. Now, this map, apart from the usual like seeds and fertilizer, is going to take everything from the base game right at this point. Productions, crops harvested, wood, everything, apart from the usual like herbicide, doesn't take that. I mean, it doesn't take stones either. You know, the usual herbicide, that sort of thing, it's not going to take all that. But everything else is all at that point. I'm going to run up these logs. Why not? That's ace. All in one point. Why not? So we'll take a little jump down here like that. There we are. So over here is going to be your animal dealer. Now there's no animal pens on the map as such, but if you want to come down here and buy your animals with a trailer or whatever and then escort them to where they need to go, once you've cleared out a bit of space, this is a place to do it. Then the last bit down in this area is going to be your workshop trigger. So obviously you pull your vehicle by the hatch marking area and then hit the spanner, fix up all your equipment. Fair enough. Fairly simple. All in one area. Jobs are good. Right. So we're going to go up to the main starting point for all your forestry expansion up here. Now all the equipment's already up here for this one, and that brings us to the point of equipment, because on all three game modes you have all this equipment. There's nothing different. So under forestry machines, we've got the Lizard TF840B ×2. I'm not quite sure they got 6 grand difference there, mind you, but all right, you got 2 of them, fair enough. You then got a pickup 1986. You've also got a chainsaw, and then you start off with the 7000 XT, the Clam Bonk, and then the Super Quick 520S. Fair enough. Start that with all three game modes. What you don't start on all three game modes is obviously the Caravan, and obviously it's part of the required mods. There it is. Open it up. In you go. There's your sleep trigger. Job's a good one. And that's it. That is it indeed. I mean, apart from the actual 2 fields, it's all trees. I mean, you got some pylons there running through the middle. You might have to keep an eye out of that, but apart from that, that's a ton of trees, an absolute ton. So if you're into your forestry and your logging, this is definitely a map for you, without a shadow of a doubt. There's an absolute boatload of trees, apart from the 2 fields, which there is contracts on. Yeah, if you're into your logging, come on here, give it a crack, see what you can come up with, clear some space, and make it into some other farming map. Oh, very nice. Right, so that's your map tour done for you. Why not hit the join button? Come join us on Andy's farm. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.